what ignorance is present in the mind that is causing this suffering to us. So, opposite of ignorance is knowledge. Knowledge is nothing but an understanding. And here the ignorance means it is a wrong notion, incomplete knowledge about life, about relationship, about our daily living. We blame others that you are responsible for my stress and suffering. So that is ignorance. Oh, no, no, you are responsible for my all pleasures and happiness. Still, I'm in ignorance. And once this knowledge is settled, completely settled, I can tell you that is what is known as awakening. That is what is known as the highest state of meditation or mindfulness. So basically, ignorance means there is a confusion in the mind. Whether we say there is a confusion, there is a duality, there is a wrong notion. So here is a John, and I am addressing him as a Michael. No, no, my name is John. Oh, so how are you, Michael? No, my name is John. So you are 100% clear. The truth is there. Truth is there. You see? Yes, John.
Actually, my name is John Michael.
Okay. So, no, I will say David. John Michael. I'm sorry. You see, the fact is that, you see that how the John instantly said, so this is the truth. My name is John Michael. So there is no confusion in the mind. You see? Yeah, he rightly pointed out. But if he has the confusion, it becomes very difficult to point out. I am the body. Here lies the confusion. I am the mind. Here lies the confusion. I am husband or I am wife. First I am a man, then I am a husband. I am a woman, then I am a wife or a mother or a daughter. Have you ever seen man and women are fighting against each other?
Yeah.
No, only the husband and a wife, son and the father. Relationship, there is always a fight. There is no reason. The relationship will fight. Relationship always carries the emotional baggage. What we need only to be aware. If my honey says something, let me withdraw myself, maintain my awareness, and check. Oh, it is the husband who is speaking. Let him calm down. It is the wife that is speaking. And the man and the woman is going to speak, then I will talk. Problem is gone. Do you see that? If you have some grudge against me, maximum what you will do, you will stop talking to me. That very relationship, that label does not exist. You see that? So these are the wrong notions. Why we have those wrong notions? Think of this. Why we have those wrong notions in our life? Because we are seeking a sense of security outside in the world. There is no other problem. If we feel a sense of insecurity, Where is the sense of insecurity? It is in my mind. Where I'm seeking the security? Outside, in relationship, in money, in possessions, in wealth. So psychologists, they say we are heavily conditioned because of seeking security, satisfaction, and the happiness outside. Why we are heavily conditioned? I married to you to fulfill all my expectations. If my expectations are not fulfilled, I'll be unhappy. So where you are unhappy? In your mind. Who made you unhappy? Outside. Is it possible? Can anyone make you unhappy? Well, if anyone can make you unhappy, then your remote control is in the hands of someone outside. You don't have a free intellect. You cannot observe. You cannot make a choice. We hand over our dependence on others. Dependence for food is okay. Physical survival. We need a food. But depending for psychological survival is causing all the problems in our life. Our all sufferings belongs to a psychological survival. What is that psychological survival? If you smile, then I'll be happy. Or otherwise, whenever I face you, you smile because I have a lot of expectation, but I'm not in a mood to smile. So there is a twofold process that continues, and that makes my mind run like a pendulum. On one side of the pendulum is pain, the other side is pleasure, one side is sorrow, other side is happiness, third side is victory, fourth side is defeat. Dependence for psychological survival on others creates a bondage in the mind. I was going to my master long back, almost when I was 20, I would say 27 or 8. So he was teaching the same topic. And when I returned home, my dad said, you're not making your career. So I will not spare even a single penny in your name. He said, I'm okay with it. But I was learning from my master. So you are giving me a cause to fight against you, but I'm not going to fight. You do whatever you want to do with your money. Dependent, heavily dependent. I didn't get even a single penny, but it helped me, it motivated me, it inspired me. I will give you real life examples. Pay attention. You know what Eastern wisdom says? You listen and learn from a teacher. And after every day you sit with eyes closed and you start thinking, oh, do I have a sense of insecurity? Yes, I have a sense of insecurity. Why? You will find an object or a person is outside is causing the insecurity, causing the dissatisfaction, causing your unhappiness. So find out that whether it is an object or a person. Now taking another example, that my sense of unhappiness is located in a person outside. If he or she follows me here, that will make me happy. This is how the mind thinks. Have you ever examined the person outside is ever happy? You will have a right answer. No, it will make a sense if the person outside on which you depend upon is ever happy. He's born happy. If he's born happy, obviously, then we should chase him or her. This is what the ignorance is. I was saying, Charlie, that if the person outside on which we are heavily dependent for our happiness and security, have you ever examined that person is ever happy? Then obviously it makes a sense to chase. Can anyone say my honey is always happy? No, he or she makes me unhappy at times. Not possible. So why it is not possible, then examine. That is how we have to think and contemplate. Why? Because you are creating a thought pattern that is removing the wrong notions in your mind. Otherwise, the mind will go back to the same person it will depend on. It will create a conditioning, and the mind will continue to move like a pendulum. Then you will say, my life is, I have been suffering for the last 20 years. Yeah, God made you a special to suffer you for the last 20 years. Are you clear? So the moment you start thinking in that way, the burden of that sorrow on your shoulder drops down. So we move to the level that no person is ever happy. So it means I'm seeking happiness and security from others in the world is a wrong notion. I'm living in ignorance. Then what should I do? Where the happiness is? Our master says that happiness and peace is within us. Peace is our essential nature. Happiness is our essential nature. We have a right, we have a birthright to be in peace and happiness. That is what we want to discover in our life. You have challenges. Face the challenges in peace and happiness. I have a choice. Or face the challenges crying all the time. And what is going to happen if you talk to your friends and friend says, it's better to keep a distance with this guy and girl. It's enough, He and she always talks. They will not say, but they have a feeling of that. I can tell you frankly. So now our master, based on logic and understanding, it says the insecurity, dissatisfaction, and unhappiness are present in the mind because of expectations and the desire to fulfill from outside. You drop this. Master says you simply drop it. What I will do? Should I divorce everyone? No. Divorce the mind that is expecting peace and happiness from others. So I'm treating my mind. You start treating people outside. Enough is enough. Now I'm going to divorce. So divorce. Your brain will continue to have the expectations from the others. The problem will never be solved. Are you clear? But these thought patterns with clarity of understanding will not settle in our mind if we do not sit and contemplate every day. We contemplate and reflect, followed by the practice. One day you wake up and you say, ah, what a great feeling. I'm happy with myself. Your honey shows the sadness and you are happy with that sadness also. You don't become sad. No, you're not criticizing anyone, but you don't become sad. You know, you realize inside happiness is within you. So what happens? You solve the sadness of your honey with your peace and calmness. You are not carried away. You are not dictated. You are not influenced. That is our job. That is our job. That is what we have. I have been doing it for the last, how many? 42 years. Think. My master used to say that whenever you have a stress, suffering, problem, first thing is that see that problem objectively. Check the thought. In that thought, find out what is that object. Did you understand? No, my dad made me angry. Okay, so dad is an object of my anger. So does the dad bond with an anger? Or it is my wrong perception which gives him a label that he made me angry? Tell me. Are you getting it? So your way of thinking changes. Why we have to change the thinking? Because we have to remove the wrong notions. We have to remove that ignorance. We have to remove that heavy conditioning of the mind. And once you remove that conditioning, I want to tell you that when we have these wrong notions, your mind is constantly wandering. Your mind is upset for one reason or the other. Your mind has a millions of the thoughts that distracts your attention. You are not able to do your job. You are not able to sleep. It is all because of the wrong notions. What is the testimony? Have you seen any person in the world is happy or secured happiness or have attained peace, happiness, and security depending on the world outside? That is why Buddha left the kingdom. I always give an example of our great richest guy, the Bill Gates. $127 billion, lived loveless life for 27 years, making fool of everyone. Who told you to live loveless life for 27 years? Why didn't you realize in the very first year? Then you should have been a master of the Eastern wisdom. No, I'm not criticizing, but just see the fact, the truth. You're such a great genius who lived loveless life for 27 years and you could not solve the problem? Yes, I can see that. I can understand. You are blaming others. That others are responsible for my peace and happiness. Come on. So that sense of incompleteness or insecurity or dissatisfaction or you can say the unhappiness, it's a feeling inside. It's a feeling in the mind. Go a little deeper. From the teachings of this Gita, we have some emotion is there. Emotion is there. I don't have and you have. Some feeling. I don't have what you have in the world. I relate myself to the world. So I create a feeling of me and mine. And that feeling of me and mine causes the attachment and the emotional dependence. And I want a sense of fulfillment from the people, from the event, from the situation outside is causing, leaves me unsatisfied all the time. My master used to make a joke that look at the tree. We were in the Himalayas, very long and large tree. Look at the tree, and there was a wind blowing. You see, the tree is dancing. This tree finds the sense of completeness in itself. Look at the mosquito, finds the sense of completeness in themselves. The mosquito never dreams looking at the elephant, and start comparing. I should have been elephant. And what about us? You have millions of thoughts every day that haunts your mind. You see that you are incomplete. Charlie nose is beautiful. My nose is any comparison. Any comparison which has no value at all. No, I have long beard. None of you have. This comparison is based on the deeper layer of the mind, which has millions of expectations to be fulfilled from the world outside. Otherwise, there is no sense of comparison. From the mosquito to the elephant to the tiger, they always feel a sense of completeness in themselves. We always feel the sense of incompleteness. You go to somebody's house, oh, that's really good, that's bad, really. I don't have that. Your mind starts subconsciously start thinking. Yes, Sophie wants to say something.
So babies don't have sense of incompleteness,
Yeah,
right?
gradually they grow and they are heavily conditioned by our culture, society, parents, schooling, and then the problem comes. In the beginning, yes, when we were babies, there was no sense of comparison. Can I take my mind to that state where the spontaneity is there? The childlike spontaneity is there. There is no comparison. That is what the state of mindfulness is. You live with that spontaneity. There is nothing to hold on. You don't have a grudge. You have a grudge, you have a desire, you have a jealousy, you have a hatred. It is all because of the same expectation. I want to fulfill. Self-fulfillment means contentment. Total contentment means the desire is not there. Where? In the mind. Desirer is not there. So when the desirer is not there, you're not running after any objects of the desire outside. The mind is calm. You need not to control. Yes.
But what about the desire to live? Is that a desire to be alive, to live?
Desire, yeah. First, desire is the desire for physical survival. Physical survival, we have to depend on the food outside. We have to depend on the shelter outside. We have certain professional needs. Obviously, these are the physical needs that we should acquire from the world. So the problem of physical survival is not so difficult. I was telling in the last month session on Mondays that in this country, anyone can meet physical survival. But my mind says, "Oh, I can't do this job." So important. What Sophie is asking, that the physical survival, we have to meet the physical survival. We have to depend on the food, shelter, clothes, minimum, clothes. Problem is psychological survival with a lot of expectations and desires for security with a person, with a position, with a thing in our relationship. That psychological level causes insecurity, sense of incompleteness, and unhappiness. I'm talking of that. So that psychological survival, or I would rather rephrase it, so the problem is of psychological survival caused by a sense of insecurity due to the sense of incompleteness. That is why I am seeking happiness and peace outside. You are hungry, go to the restaurant and eat, it's gone. Hunger is gone. It does not give you a sense of insecurity all the time. Again, you are hungry, you eat it again. Physical survival. See that? But a sense of insecurity, you don't love me, you hate me. Come on, you don't love me and you hate me because you don't love yourself. That's why I don't love you. Did you get it? That these emotions takes over you all the time. You have to live in extraordinary awareness. That extraordinary awareness comes when the mind is pure. Mind becomes pure by the regular contemplation, reflection, and the practice. Otherwise, this sense of insecurity will make your mind your home. You will remain unhappy. You want to remain unhappy all the time. Now, that's your choice. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Look at the body. Look at the neck joint. So when you look at the neck joint, you see what we are doing, what we discussed. So, in a very simplified manner, you simply change the direction of the mind. the state of the mind changes. So by being comfortable, you are moving the mind consciously from outside to inside. How simple it is. So when you look at the neck joint, you are there, you feel the sense of you feel the sensation, comfort, and you feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You see, you have to live in that awareness. The moment you change the direction of the mind, 50% of the job is done. Now see it again. Look at the shoulder joint. So you are not looking at the world of objects. That is why you are looking at the shoulder joint. So you are there. So what do you feel? A sensation, a comfort, and a steadiness. You see, the moment you change the direction of the mind, the state of the mind changes. That such a simple thing we don't realize. Why we don't realize? Because we do not contemplate and reflect every day. Why we don't reflect and contemplate? Because the mind is obsessed, possessed by the things outside, and it lives into that state of ignorance. There I started the talk today. So looking at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes, and you see, we hardly become aware of the body. We are simply becoming aware of the body. That means the mind that was outside the body, I said, look at the body. I'm not saying anything dramatic, very complex. So you are aware of the body, you feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And the second is the being carefree. What do you mean by being carefree? It means that all the thoughts contains an object of the world. So we don't worry about any thought that is coming and going into my mind. Let the thought come and let it go. How? The way the traffic is moving on the road. So mental traffic, the way the birds are flying in the sky. Can you remove the sky where the birds are flying? No way. Not possible. Can you remove the space in the mind? No way. So why don't you become aware of the space instead of all the thoughts? Because of my attachment, me and my. That is what being carefree is. So now, once the mind gets a little taste that changing the direction of the mind from the world outside to inside changes the state. I feel comfort, I feel carefree. So let me go deeper. So in a passive way, we can intensify by understanding. I have been telling you, I think knowledge, clear understanding followed plus practice will result into realization. If knowledge, understanding is not there, then you will not be able to reach to that state. So looking at the head and the neck, mentally you are looking at the head and the neck, or sometimes I say that you move the mind on each and every cell of the head and the neck. So what is the result? You start feeling deepening of the sensation. Very good. Your first time you have a conscious experience of relaxation and the stillness. That is it. We give very little importance to this. Then how it is possible I have been suffering from stress for so many years, and just by looking at the body and feeling how it is 100% possible. The mind creates another wrong notion. No, it is 100% possible. Looking at the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, be there. So again, you change the direction of the mind. So there is a sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Just pay attention. Your awareness, you live into extraordinary awareness where you are aware that the mind is looking inside instead of outside. That's all. So with that understanding, you look at the left arm. So that is there. You experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And middle portion of the body, chest, and the belly. You're simply looking, you are not doing anything. Looking means that you are not looking outside, you're looking inside. And no, at least you have changed the direction. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look at the right leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look at the left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look at the entire body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Keep in your mind, today just came in a flash to my mind. You live with that awareness that the mind is changing the direction. It is not looking at the world, it is looking, it has started the journey opposite of the world. Opposite of the world is looking inside. So you started being comfortable, being carefree, and then deepening the state. You did nothing, you simply changed the direction. So when you do with that understanding, you can witness the result here and now. So this is the first point, and then we can go deeper. Deeper means we continue to move within. So if the mind is ready, it is ready to receive or continue to move inside. That depends on the purity of the mind, your contemplation and reflection. I have been telling you. So deeper than the body is our breath. So look at the breath. Now see that, again I'm saying the same thing. You moved a step deeper within yourself by looking at the breath. So when you look at the breath, I say simply, do you know the breath is going in and out the body? Yes. Do you feel the sensation of the breath at the tip of the nose when it goes in and out? Yes. Don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So mind is not doing anything. Sometime I say you to do some active step, but today, why we say that do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. This is what the mind has been doing, keeping itself fully busy. The moment you start changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath in this step, at this moment, the mind will go back to its old routine. So we are just watching, feeling, knowing. 3 points of awareness. The breath is going in, breath is coming out. How do I know? Through the sensation I feel when the breath goes in and comes out. Where do I feel the sensation inside the nose? Before that, I was not feeling. Why? Because my mind was scattered outside. It has lost its awareness. We are more aware of other people, situation outside, then we are aware of ourselves. That is what the mindfulness is. Oh, is that so? Yes. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Breath is going in and out. You know it. There is a knowledge. And another knowledge is of the sensation of the breath in and out. How long I have to do? You have just started the journey. Don't ask me. Or simple answer, until the mind is totally absorbed inside. It awakens you to the peace within. But we do it hardly a couple of minutes. Now see that when the mind jumps to the thoughts and it gets carried away. So we replace the unwelcome, uninvited thoughts with the thought of Shantoham. So that is a fourth point of awareness. You are understanding. With that understanding, you are doing. So when the breath goes in, the moment you feel the sensation, the mind drops. Shantoham means I am the peace. And when you know that it means I'm the peace, your mind perceives the inner space. Breath comes out, you feel the sensation, you drop Shantoham, you see the peace as a infinite space outside, infinite space in infinite space. Cause of all the objects, including my honey, all my expectations of any object, cause of every object in the world is the space, because if there is no space, it will not exist. So we are directly moving to the cause. Why? To go within. So what happens when you are doing it regularly with understanding and commitment, you enter into a new level of awareness. What is that? That you are experiencing here and now. I'm going to explain it. You see, you are aware of the world outside the body. You are simultaneously aware of the sensation, comfort, and steadiness in the body. You are carefree. You are aware of sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. You are aware of the breath. You see, there are many points of awareness. What is common? Awareness. What is uncommon? There is no effort. There is no pressure. How is that possible? Because of understanding the knowledge is supporting our pointed awareness. When the mind starts looking within, moving within, the body will not move. And if the body moves, means the mind returns to the body. It has some past impression for the psychological survival of insecurity, duality, and a conflict. That expresses itself in body movement during the practice of meditation. See another point for the sake of understanding. You are not making an effort, you are simply aware, the mind pointing inside. So whether you continue this practice or you don't do it, you're not making any effort, so that state should continue once and for all. But that does not happen. Why it does not happen? Because the mind returns to its old habit and routine, just without you knowing it. I believe that will make a sense. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness or mind on the right hand. There is continuity of that level of awareness. Means what? The mind continues to live within and aware of the world outside. Where's the problem? That level of awareness should be achieved. What it means? You're always in the state of mindfulness. Bring your mind to the left hand. Lift your both the palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Sophie?
I'm very good, Girish. Thank you. Are you okay? You sound like you have a little bit of a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little bit of in the throat, but I'm not the body, so I can continue.
Okay, good. Yeah, I realize, I think this is a question. I had a good meditation. I didn't fall asleep,
Yes.
but sometimes I think I want so much to succeed, and then I shut off because I'm making too much effort. Is that
Yes.
possible?
Yes, that is 100% possible because the mind, the way the mind expects and craves for something outside, it has the same attitude of craving for meditation that fails the meditation.
Mhm.
You can crave for something that is outside that you have yet to achieve, for example, food and the wealth. But in meditation, what we are searching, that is already within us, that is already attained. Peace is already within me. So there is no need of craving. There is no need to press hard. So that comes by a lot of contemplation and reflection. When we contemplate and reflect, the mind realizes there is nothing like craving and expectation in meditation, and that succeeds. How are you, Charlie?
Hi, good. I didn't go to sleep, but I got very deep. I
Very
kept
deep.
tuning in and out. So it wasn't that I wasn't listening to you, but I went somewhere else.
Yeah, went somewhere else and you did not have any thought, kind of absorption. And that absorption we should understand, is a kind of a self-forgetfulness. What is this self? That I, that mind which is running outside, that very I-ness attached to the mind. That is why we say I went somewhere else. So that's definitely a deeper, and you are able to maintain your awareness. So we should understand all these stages. How are you, John Michael?
John Michael is good. Had a good meditation, no distractions.
Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
You see, no distraction, and the simple principle our masters have been talking. And I give a simile, a metaphor. The moment I park my car and open the main door, so where I'm facing to my house. So what happens? The world outside, opposite to me, is lost. Same way, the mind, when it moves inside me, I should forget the world. It comes through a deeper understanding and awareness. It cannot be done by force. That point we miss. How are you, Mead?
I'm aware of my attachments
Good.
to people and things outside myself, and what a relief it is to let those go and truly sense myself from the inside.
Beautiful. Remember, she is prompting me to say something, that any attachment, any me and mine with reference to the world outside drains my energy, makes me fully busy,
Yes.
reactive. So this is what she is saying, that has left, so that I feel that it means the calmness is already within me. I have to do nothing. I have to recognize the very attachment. Why there is an attachment? Why I want to continue with the attachment? Insecurity, incompleteness, unhappiness. Why there is an unhappiness? Ignorance. Okay, that is all for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, John Michael, sir.